Hello again, my friends. Here we go, Combat Patrol, issue 32 review. We've started this new faction now, so we've got Leagues of Votann. They start us with Gaul, there he is, on his sprue. And they supply his base. So, here we go. Front cover, Leagues of Votann getting into the thick of the action. Explain, we get Gaul, Leagues of Votann characters, Bonds of Honor. So, how to paint our brand new mini right here. We probably have most of the paints now anyway, so it's all good there. So on the first page and on the second page, do they give you any kind of options? I'm totally new to the Leagues of Votann. Sorry, just going to go back one. No. So there's his sprue. Okay. Mass Gauntlet. This weapon amplifies Gaul's natural strength. So, here we go. How to paint him. So, obviously we start with Abner Black. Undercoat. Avalon Sunset. Corax White. Catachan Flesh. And then moving on. Catachan Flesh again. Mephisto Red. Retributor Armor. Lead Belcher. More Lead Belcher. Screamer Pink. And Rakkar Flesh. Macrack Blue. Yeah, he's going to be pretty much smashed out and finished with all the paints that we already have anyway. So obviously we're talking about highlighting and shading here as well. Sorry, just shading for now on this page with the Magical Noon Oil. Corax White, relaying and highlighting your hull. Mechanica Standard Grey, Stormhost Silver. Nightquester Flash for his jacket. Basing your hull as well. Obviously they supplied us with the Technic paints to sort our bases out. And probably this is probably most of the thick of it you'll ever see in work in progress. It's pretty much nearly done. So, Bonds of Honor, part 13. Beast Sniper Boys here, Orcs. There's some artwork there, and I'll leave that there if anybody wants to have a read. Pushing on. The armor of the Leagues of Votann here. Zoom that in a bit, even I don't think I'd be able to read that. And there we go. So, we've got our character, our HQ option now for our Combat Patrol. So, as they always put, roll the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Giving his sort of like his battle honor and name. Grudges. The kin are a people with long memories and short tempers. It doesn't take much to get to their bad side, but it takes a lot to get back on their good side. Those who have wronged the kin maybe ensure exactly what outrage they have committed, but the kin themselves will have no such doubts and will know exactly when and how they were slighted. Roll on the table below to discover how the other factions in the Warhammer 40k Combat Patrol collection have caused offence. So, a bit of a new scenario here. I'll see. We haven't quite started these guys yet. Coming in future issues. So, Cole, there he is. Again, his name table there with the option rolling the dice. What are you going to call him? So, yeah, unit name, built, painted, and playing, ready to go. So, our data sheet for Carl is right here. with the weapons selected that they have asked us to use for his data sheet. And then judgment tokens and grim efficiency. So scenario 32, bitter judgment. So to play bitter judgment, set your battlefield on one map shown with relief, and the players gather their armies. The orc player selects 4 units of 3 boys, divide the weapons as they choose. The Leagues of Votann player selects the call, and the units are deployed in accordance with the deployment instructions below. So they got cover deployment, how to win. So set your battle map like this before you begin. So we've got some terrain, orcs deployment zone on your left and on your right, and call deployment is actually in the center of the map there. So your reinforcement tables. So takes it in turns, 1 to 4, 3 boys. Each turn the orcs player rolls a d6. On a roll of 1 to 4, they deploy their orcs in the corresponding deployment zone. For example, they roll a 2, they deploy in zone 2. That's shown there, top right. On a roll of 5, 6, the orcs player can choose their preferred deployment zone. So we've got some tokens here, judgment tokens numbered. And then judgment token tutorial. So when judgment tokens are allocated to enemy units, they give Leagues of Votann models an advantage when attacking. In this scenario, you will use the cold special ability to allocate judgment tokens. But when you are playing with a full combat patrol, there is also an ability that allows you to allocate the tokens another way too. So grim efficiency, your judgment tokens and judgment tokens again. Just leave that there for a little bit. And pushing on. So, as I always put in the last couple of pages, orc victory, draw, or kin victory. We've got boys down here called the top. So, judgment tokens here. So we don't have the usual armies on display here with the Leagues of Votann or the orcs. So they've actually given us permission to cut these tokens out, as shown here. So, back page 53 and 54. So again, a 2-part series, both magazines, Harkin Warriors, paint updates and access to cores, and there they are down the bottom. And that is it. I will post the next one up very soon. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your comments. And yeah, obviously I do feel a little bit that I am behind with these magazines now, so it's time to push forward. Thank you all again for your support, those who support. It'd be nice if you could subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So thank you again so much, and we'll see you all very soon on the next review. Thank you, stay safe, bye bye for now.